Can you see it? Footprints, just footprints all over the floor, no matter what I do. You'd think it was winter or something. I want to do other things, but I have to wash that first, so I'll be back. Hey, by the way, welcome to Margaret being Margaret. I'll be back. Welcome to February 1st. Isn't that amazing? February. I had to stop and get my tea. I can't go anywhere without it. The other day, I actually made a warm cup and took it with me in the car. I know that's not a big thing to you, but it is to me. Have a soup going. Frontier soups, never tried it. It's a wedding soup. Don't know that I'll love it, but I'm gonna try it. I got some chicken sausage to put in there. Smells good. Onion, and then just the mixes. As I'm reading the instructions, it says to get ground turkey sausage and make meatballs. Yeah, I just cut it up and put it in. I had to go back over some videos to see if I showed you this. I don't think I did, and if I did, it's an old lady rerun. Nikki, my daughter-in-law, has the most beautiful built-in spice racks in her drawers. And I'm so envious, but first of all, I didn't order any and I'm not going to. They're very expensive. Second of all, I knew I could do it myself. Yeah, I didn't. I went on Etsy, what is it? Etsy, and looked, and they had something that made sense to me, so I spent $45 and bought it. I'm glad I did, but it was worth about $2. Let me show you. I love this, love this, love this. All it is a triangle that you could get at Home Depot or Lowe's. Cut it. It's a baseboard triangle or a molding triangle, and then put these in. I mean, hers cost $300. Mine cost $40, and I could do it for $2. This is as far as I wanted to go with it. Now, I had this that I bought for it, and I actually had it cut down a little bit. It's wasting space. I don't want to get rid of it because I bought it. How many of us have done that before, huh? Isn't this the story of all of our lives? This is where I get into trouble, and most of us do, I think, with clutter. Because I have some of this stuff over here, and I need it. Open to crush. I let the little one crush walnuts to put in her oatmeal. A couple of measuring spoons. But there's a couple of other things that are over here that just belong over there. They don't fit well in here. Now, how silly is this? Let me show you. You know, I bought these separators and I had some left. They sound like ducks. Well, I have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Possibly only 2 needed. That requires that I get rid of this thing. Which definitely goes against my nature because I don't like to waste. I won't find another drawer for this because my other drawers, the green drawers, I had custom cut to 20 inches. This fits 24. Oh, you know what? I don't have any shelf paper. You know, I did have 12 rolls of shelf paper left over because I bought it thinking I would have to do every shelf in the pantry, and I got rid of it. I know I gave a couple to people, and I think the rest, I didn't throw them in the trash, but I think I put them in for like savers or something like that. So that's too bad. I'll have to pick something up. Maybe I can put a towel. These are just, you put them in. Oh, son of a gun. They're not long enough. Well, so much for that idea. Never mind. Shoot! I'd have to get longer ones. Everything's getting put back because there was no proper prior planning on this. Son of a gun. Well, I'll wipe them out. So that will be in the future. In the meantime, if you want to make this, just go to Home Depot. You know, maybe a $5 bill And you can cut these with a regular knife. That's what I did, because I had to cut them down. This set had in the Dayton house a wall thing that they hung on, and it was just a metal strip that was rounded, and they just sat in on the little prongs. Sugar. If I could find one like that, I would have put it up, but I can't find one. Now here's the flash and flame test. Is there a way to get the drawer to close? Okay, there's a project done. These will go back in the drawer. Wish all my projects were that easy. And that doesn't look too bad, does it? But I love that. Love that, love that, love that. If you have a drawer that you can sacrifice to this, I like it much better than my spin around thing that I had. I have another project I want to go to Home Depot for today. I have this right here. This side is not magnetic, it's wood. And I have every card since Michael and Nikki's wedding, invitation, the shower, invitation for the baby. And I'm doing them in chronicle order coming down. I had them stuck up here, but sooner or later that two-sided stickiness gives way. So I'm going to go get a couple of little dowels, put one at the top and one at the bottom, and just hang string through them. And I've got all the little, see these things? Those things, clothespins that I'm going to use. I already have them, they've been sitting around, I haven't known what to do with them. I had a project in mind that didn't work. So I'll get that done. That's going to be a today job. Yeah, let's settle in for a little bit. Do you see this? That's Feisty. That's the cat that never comes out from under the bed. And she has decided that she loves this little snow girl, snow woman, snow whatever, that usually lays up straight there. She's adopted her and she lays either on her lap or between her legs. But she's hesitant to leave, even when the door opens and somebody from next door comes over. I am thrilled. So how is everybody? It is still in the single digits here. It has been like this, for well over a week now. Snow is not melting. It keeps coming off the roof, which is a good thing because that's where the solar panels are, and just burying my car again. So it took me a couple of times before I figured it out. Not for nothing. The brain is still working slow. And I back my car up a little bit now so it can fall on my driveway. And Michael's been pretty good about chiseling the snow out for me, even though I don't mind going out. He's trying to stay on top of it. My cough is acting up like crazy. And it's not because it's dry in here. I have 2 humidifiers going in. It's about 50% humidity. And no, I don't have an appointment with the ENT. I did send an email to my provider, my primary, and gave her the numbers they needed and the fax number. I had just had to stop and put a cough drop in my mouth. We'll never get through this. And I'm sure next door they've heard me coughing since I got up. It's Sunday. I got up this morning. I wanted to stay in bed all day. On the weekends, I do that a lot. I don't stay in bed all day. I want to. And that's because I don't have anything concrete planned. I'm on a schedule all week. And on the weekend, I don't have a schedule. I did Hannaford's yesterday, my big day out. Today, I do want to go get those dowels and get that little project done. I told myself, if you get up, it was 8:30, don't get dressed. You'll stay in your pajamas all day. I gave myself permission. I got up, made my coffee, put the tea on, fed the cats, washed up, put my teeth in, all the essentials, and headed to get dressed. Made the bed, did a little bit of cleaning that had to be done. I still have toys everywhere because I had Squish for a couple of hours on Saturday. I don't think it's worth putting back together. I did play with those magnet tiles with Squish the other day, and we made a 3-story barn of all stalls on, you don't care. But when Nikki got home, I did, please, Mommy, please, please, please don't put it away tonight so we can play with it tomorrow. It pained her so much. It was hysterical. She left them up for one day, and they disappeared. That was our one day. We went to my friend Chelsea's, who has the little girl Squish's age. And it's the first time in a long time Squish has been to somebody else's house, which really threw Chelsea's daughter off. Like, we're not going to Squish's house? They played well. They still co-play. We didn't go out much at all this week. We didn't even go to the restaurant on Friday because it's single digits. It's blooming cold out there. So the snow's not melting at all. There was one day I had said, I got her all dressed up. Now remember back, snow pants, jacket, hat, mittens, boots, and they don't make it easy. Although she's really good about that, because we were going to go out and sled. They have one of those inflatable snow tubes, and the snow is piled up so high from the driveway, and it's like 5 feet at least. I could make a nice area for her to slide. Nikki was a little trepidatious about that, but I'd go on, be right with her. Got out there after this major bundle up for her and I. Couldn't find the snow tube. It was buried under the snow. Back in the house we went. So I might try that again this week. They did blow up a second one and left it in their mudroom for me. But then we didn't get out again. She was so traumatized by the first attempt. I am heating my house just with mini splits. And the mini split in the kitchen was put in the wrong place. It was supposed to be in the living room, and I'll use this word lightly, gentlemen who did it changed their minds at the last minute, and I couldn't fight them because it wasn't my construction project. So I do have a space heater going to get it warm enough for Squish. I don't care if it's 59 in here. I put a sweater on. In fact, what I did is just put a secondary little shirt on under my sweatshirts. And I have the one in the bedroom that I never run because I would like it to be super cold at night. But yesterday it had a hard time starting up during the day, and I wanted to put a little shot in there before I put Squish down for a nap. So now I have to leave it going on 60. Michael has been coming over quite a bit lately. He comes over to get Squish in the afternoon, and he's getting much more relaxed. So he sits down a little bit, and we might talk for 2 minutes. I don't even know how it came up. Oh, I do know how it came up. I feel that Nikki's being taken advantage of by somebody. Not my circus, not my monkeys, but she was talking about it, and I said, it's time to just say no. She said, yeah, but you don't be rude about it. And I went, no, no's not rude. No is just no. And Michael said something that I've been thinking about since he said it this week. He said, Mom. No, he didn't. He said, Ma. Ma, that's why everybody's always mad at you. And I just kind of stopped and thought, okay. Because people, I do lose people in my life regularly because of my attitude. I can't change that. And it bothers me that he said that because in many ways he's like me, and Squish is going to be just like me. But I don't know a kind way to say no. Or if somebody is saying something that I really vehemently disagree with, I will speak up. And I don't think I'm being rude when I say, I just disagree. So I hate that I have that reputation. And I said to Michael, I can't change it. That's me. And he goes, I know, but that's what the problem is. So I have a problem, which I knew. I'm going to blame it on growing up. I'm going to blame it on years of owning a business and having to be the one who just made the cut and dry decisions. But really, couldn't I change it if I really wanted to? Yeah, I think I could. Am I going to? Not any more than I have. Boy, I've been biting my tongue for the last couple years to the point where I'm surprised I haven't bit it off. And I think I'm being so much more thoughtful and so much less confrontational, for lack of a better word. And I guess I'm still not enough for the rest of the world. But I think also the rest of the world is just going to have to continue to be mad at me. What do you do about it? I don't know. Wednesday, I took Squish to a library. Now, I thought it was going to be a little program where a gentleman brings in small animals that they can touch and pet. No, that's next month. Is anybody surprised that I got it wrong? No. But Squish is now at 2.5, a little bit older for the library toddler stuff. And when they sang songs and did the counts and asked for fingers, she just stood there and did it all. It took her about 20 minutes to stop being glued to my side. But she played and ran and did bubbles and said she'd like to go again. Yes. So I've got one thing back as a commitment. Feels so good because she needs it. And Mike and Nikki went to see a preschool that they liked for next year, half days. I don't know if it's going to be 2 or 3 days, which is a good thing too. I have to tell you my other new hobby is eating. I think it's from being so cold, right? That's what I'm going to blame it on. It's cold, you can't go out, you can't do much. Yeah, I've been eating. One of the things that I made to eat is so bad, and I saw it on Facebook, and it just looked so good. It was an air fryer s'mores. Yeah, don't do it. It was so good. Just parchment paper, some jumbo marshmallows, some chocolate morsels, and put it in for, till the marshmallows turn golden brown. Then take graham crackers and use them to scoop it up. Oh my God, I'm going to put a picture of it. I'm going to weigh 500 pounds. I tried to talk myself into throwing the rest of it away. Not the pot that, I only ate half of that, not even. But I tried to talk myself into throwing what's still in bags away. That's not going to happen. That's going to be a nightly occurrence for the next month. If I'm not diabetic now, I will be. I'm so happy that I'm Try that again. I am so happy that I am useful living here outside of helping with Squish. Yesterday, Nick had a house party, not here, one of her sisters, and there was not nearly adequate parking for all the people that were going to be there. Nikki had gone on over early. Michael was taking Squish later on, which meant he would take my car because I have the car seat. He doesn't have one in his vehicle because his is a work vehicle. No room for it. He was dreading it. I was really surprised to hear him say how much he was dreading trying to look for parking and taking care of Squish and knowing he'd be parking out in Oshkosh somewhere and not knowing where he was going to find parking. He was talking about, he'd text Nikki and she could come down the driveway to take Squish while he went to find parking within a 5-mile radius. I'm exaggerating slightly. And I just throw out there, if you want, I can drop you 2 off. But then you'll either have to call me to pick you up or you'll have to talk Nikki into leaving to bring Squish home for the night. And he said, he laughed it off and 2 minutes later opened my door and went, I'm going to take you up on that. That makes sense. So I felt so useful. He drove and the thoughtfulness once in a while kills you. He went the long way around a block so that he could be parked on the driveway side of the street so I wouldn't have to turn around in the snow. I said, Michael, I'm perfectly capable of turning around, but thank you, it's much appreciated. And then when he did stop on the side of the road, of course, cars are trying to find a place to park, and it's rural in the snowbanks, and there's no place to park. It was so like, let's go, help me get Squish out, because he did not want to be on the side of the road with her. Even though, I was standing with my car door open so that people were not going to come close to the car at all. And they had plenty of room to go by. And no, he did not call me to pick him up. They left at a good time. I can tell how much better I'm feeling because I haven't taken one nap with Squish this week. And she's been so concerned, like, Oma, why are you not laying down? But I'm not tired and I'm not sleeping well at night. So it's that new, I'm better. I don't need as much sleep and my body's just going, nah, let's not. Also tax season in the States. But I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here thinking, can I do my taxes myself for the first time this year? I'm going to attempt it. And I also have got to do, tell me what you think about this, LegalZoom to get a will. I don't think I really need one. I don't have anything anymore. I don't own anything except the car. I have a couple of CDs. But do I really need to make a will? Can I just do a handwritten will and have somebody notarize it for me? I'd rather do that than do all the legalese. What do you think? Can I get away with that? Just put down, who everything goes to, which is going to be actually Squish will get everything. I've talked to Michael about that, and he agrees. He'll get the car. If I live long enough, Squish will get the car. I did say to Michael the other day, he hates my car. Hates it, and I love it. It's a Kia Seltos. Unfortunately, it's the sports version, which I never even paid attention to, which means it's got the make-believe, I say it that way, manual transmission. It's not manual, but it does like it's switching gears when you first start it. I'm used to it. I don't even feel it anymore. Michael hates it, and he's always making fun of it. And I said to Nikki the other day, it's a 2021. Should I think about trading it in? I'd still get the same car. I really love it. It's comfortable. The seats are comfortable. It's the right size. It's not too big for an SUV. It's very small. I like sitting up high. I just like everything about this car. And Nikki said, I don't think so, Margaret. Why don't you just run it into the ground for the years you have left? And I said to Michael yesterday, I was so shocked when she said that, like, oh my God, I'm not thinking about the years I have left. I think I'm going to be here forever now that I feel healthy again. But she's right. It runs fine. It's got 42,000 miles on it. Now I go someplace twice a week. Why should I waste any money? And it wouldn't be wasting much, and it wouldn't even be a waste. I wouldn't buy a brand new one. But I guess I'll run it into the ground. Isn't that a nice thought? I also said I finished the plans for the trip out west for April vacation, except for the last day. I thought we would be flying home on a Friday night, probably red-eye. And Bernie and Karen mentioned staying one more day and having a spa day. I'm so flummoxed about what to do about this. Not that I don't want to, absolutely do want to. But I thought I was finished with the plans, and I had put us on the Thursday night in Old Town in Las Vegas. Now I'm thinking I probably should cancel that and stay right on the Strip and do a spa right there so that I can still return the car on the Friday, come back and stay at the hotel wherever we are for Friday night, do a spa day Saturday, and I'm sure whatever hotel we stayed at would have the courtesy so we could fly home red-eye Saturday night. And I can't pull the trigger on it. I feel like I'm frozen with what decision is the right decision to make. I never have that. I did this whole trip like bing, 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 bing. I know where we're going to be. I know how much time it takes. It's not rushing it. I left plenty of time till we can do things and spend a day here and spend a day there. But this last one, I'm flummoxed. Has any of you been in Vegas? I've been there a lot. And the spa that I always did out there, because I always, after we hiked, no matter who I hiked with, we spent that last day doing a spa day, which is kind of why we talked about this. Bernie and I have done it a couple times. Karen's never done it. The spa we used to go to is, the last time we went out was horrible, and I didn't even see it listed anymore. So now I have to choose a spa. Has anybody been on the Strip in Vegas, because I don't want to be driving around much. I'd like to be able to walk it, and gone to a spa there that you absolutely loved? It's our decadent day before we fly home. So let me know that, please. I need some help pulling the trigger on this one. I have nothing coming up for the week with Nicole. That one day we'll go to the library. Friday we are going to go to the restaurant because Squish invited Aunt Karen. And so that's a date. Hey, I just came back from Ace. I ended up with a dowel. I only need just here. So I'm going to cut it with the kitchen knife. Yeah, kitchen knife, and it's gonna work. Those sharp kitchen knives that I say always cut Karen's hands. Perfect cut. I almost put it right away. Even though I want to put it up like this, I probably should paint it white. And I have the white chalk paint that I used to paint the lamp months ago. I'm just going to run outside. It's going to be flipping cold. I'm going to spray it into the snow. It's going to dry in another half a minute. So that was a smart thing to do. I don't know if it was a smart thing to do, but it was the right thing to do while it's drying, which really won't be long. Let me tell you about this. Okay, I went in to get a dowel. Knew I didn't need paint. I knew I need little hangers. While I was there, trash bags. I knew I needed them. Picked up a paint for my makeup tabletop that will hopefully match better. I'll check that afterwards with the drapes and stuff. Then I got little cord clips because I think this is going to fit in them and then it won't show. So those I needed. I needed a couple Duracell batteries. I was out of them fit. I'd pick them up while I was there. But I get to the register and I said, let me look. I'm sure there are coupons. There was a coupon, the one I found, the cheapest one, $10 off if you spend $50. I needed to spend $6 more. So I looked. Didn't want to run around and think of what could I buy. Splurge for myself. How stupid is this? Diet Coke. Knew that wasn't going to be enough. But I had planned to buy more crayons. Ours are all broken in my house. I was going to do that on Amazon, but I knew this would put me over. It put me over. So I give her my phone with the barcode, the $10. Won't take it. She tries it 3 times, and then she looks, she goes, oh, the Glad bags were on sale. You're going to need to spend $11 more. And I said, well, just forget it. There are people behind me. I won't use the coupon. So she says, okay, I'll give you the $5 coupon that we have. Excuse me? I just spent $8, $9, $10 more to get the 50. And now you're going to... So I didn't have to buy the crayons from her. And I didn't have to have the diet soda, which I'm very grateful for. Never ends. Okay. Oh, and the other thing I got was the twine to hang. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. This is all dry. I am so glad I did that. Well, not right there, it's not. We'll just stand here and wave the baton for a couple more minutes. While I'm in there, you're going to have to put up with this, sorry. An older lady comes in, maybe my age, although I think she was 10 years older, I don't know. There's a big sign on the door as you come in, sorry, we're out of ice melt. You can't miss the sign. And she walks up to the register while I'm cashing out and says to the girl, saw the sign on the door, so you are out of ice melt? What? And the girl was very nice. She said, yes, we are. And I just stood there like, the world's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right, so I'm going to put this up. Watch me. I'm feeling really good about this. This was a good, cheap idea. Yeah, $50 later, it was a cheap idea. It was a cheap idea. I got a lot of other things. I think this was like $5. The dowel was $3.99. The clips, $8 because they command clips. All right, so for $12, and oh, I need the cord too. What was that? The twine was $7. So $15? That's not bad. To make this thing, when you see it, you'll approve it. Flat goes against the wall. I can do this, I know I can. And before I stick it to the wall, let's make sure the dowel's gonna fit. Oh, please fit. I am so proud of that idea. Look at that. I'm going to put the dowel on already to make sure I level it. That's not the right dowel. Let's do the white one. pretty much perfect. Okay. Where does it start? Okay, I know there's a secret of where it starts. Do you see a secret of where it starts? No. Got it. I don't know if you can even see that. I just put a bow at the top. There's the top. Can you get the visual that I'm looking for yet? I have these little clips, little clothespins. The first one would be Mike and Nikki's engagement, which was really their wedding. This is Merry Christmas before a baby shower. Isn't that pretty? Their first Christmas, merrily ever after. I also want to put this up because I don't know if you can see it. It was to Margaret Daniel, One Oma's Way. So looking at it, my decision is, those look terrible. I'm gonna just put 2 more holders at the bottom and another dowel, I think. While that dowel is drying a little bit, I just tasted the soup. Tastes like nothing to my taste buds. So we're gonna go to Better Than Bouillon. That's good. Looks like an edible dinner for me. Look at it. Doesn't that look good? It's gonna cook for another hour or so. This one goes right on here. Check that. I think that's gonna be okay, isn't it? Please say yes. Let's do another one. Oh, bananas. Sugar pops. If we're looking right here, I don't think that looks too messy. Do you? I hope not. Hope you're all having a good day. Have a good week. Remember, stay warm. If you're in this cold bundle, try not to go out anywhere. But if you think of something fun to do at the house that involves moving, I sat one day this week with YouTube and did the old lady chair exercises. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. But have a wonderful week. Check in, please. Let me know what you're up to. And remember, something wonderful is gonna happen today. Always does. All you have to do is look for it and tell me what it is. That's part of it now. Tell me what it is. So have a great week. I'm done.